I play the character of Peter Martin. Peter Martin, in a word, is a jerk. He just can't seem to get it together to save his life. And I'm not going to say now that I relate to him, but in a way, throughout my life, everybody's gone down the road where they are Peter Martin. Everybody's had that instance where I've done something in my life and I have to make amends for it. I have to ask for forgiveness. I have to be the better person. And that's where we come to the choice of we either do or we don't. And Peter Martin does, and a lot of times in my life I have too. Well, I think there's a moment with Peter Martin where he looks at his two daughters, and you start to get that glimpse that maybe he remembers why he's doing everything he's doing, and it's not for the political power, and it's not for money. He's doing it for his two daughters. He's doing it for his family, and maybe he just has that small instance, that small glimmer where you're like, maybe he's not such a bad guy. And then as it goes along and he doesn't seem to be getting better, but you always have that hope that this guy's going to pull it around. He's got to figure out what he's doing wrong. And when he meets up with David, things could have gone south quick for him. But and they did. But everybody had their issues. It wasn't just Peter. But to pull for Peter, you always pull for the underdog. I've always wanted to do something more than what I've done before. And I've done stage acting and I've done plays, and nothing on a large grand scale or where people actually pay for it or anything, but film was something that lasts forever. Whereas you do a stage production and it's over. 4 productions, 3 productions, then the run's done. But when you're on film, it's there forever. And that's what really appealed to me about doing a film. And when I first read the script for Another Chance, which was a film script that was supposed to be transcribed over to a play form, and it could not be done, I was like, well, maybe we should, this might be fun to try. We've never done anything like this before. And since we always tend to do things that we've never done before, this seemed like a good opportunity. To watch yourself on the screen is awkward, although I will say that I've watched it numerous times at home, and to the point where my wife might think I have a problem. But, I enjoy it. I enjoy the film. I enjoyed everything that was done in it, the editing of it, the sound behind it, the music, even just little things in it that I just don't get tired of watching. And it's even, friends of mine that have seen it who really aren't Christian based at all, they watched it 2 or 3 times because they were like, that was a really good movie. And that makes me feel good that we put out an excellent film that people everywhere are going to love. Anytime in any of the productions we've ever done that someone gives their life to Christ, that's what makes the film worth everything, or makes the production worth all the time and all the effort you put in for it. If it's just one person, then the entire thing was worth it. It doesn't have to be thousands. It doesn't have to be millions, just one. Because that one, if you gave that one person that chance and that option, and they took it, then that made it all worthwhile. My expectation coming into it was to get through it, seeing how I'd never done film before, but other people around had, and to not get yelled at by the director for messing up my lines over and over and over and over, and for stretching out times and making it take too long. But yeah, my expectation of everything was really just to have a good time and to enjoy something that I'd never done before, and to hopefully put together something that would change people's lives. In every production we've ever done, whether it be stage or film, I always find myself growing. I always find myself in a character and go, yeah, that's you, and this part of your life you need to change. You need to work on this. You're wrong here. And so I always find something in every character that I've ever been put into that like, I really relate to this character, but this character's a jerk. So I need to try to fix this. So yeah, I always find something that needs to be fixed in me. The most fun I had in this production was doing the empower to employ scene, because Wesley had no idea I was going to smack him on the cheek, and that was just fun. And we got to do it over and over and over. And each time I'd go a little bit harder, a little bit harder. So yeah, that was fun. When we did what was called the chapel scene, that was the hardest thing to do. It wasn't because of the lines that had to be said at the time. It was because that was the turning point where you really saw that there was something inside him. And if I keep talking about him and thinking about him, I'm going to start to relive it. And it's where you really saw that he was conflicted and he was tore up. He never forgave himself for what he did. And it was very hard for him. The ending, the family get together, the dinner, the opening presents, Peter getting to be good Peter. That is my favorite part of the movie. It's not Peter the jerk. It's happy Peter. And I watch that scene over and over again. It's my favorite part. I love him interacting with his daughters. I love him talking to his brother, sitting down for dinner. I love it all. Everybody in their entire life has messed up and made mistakes, whether it be high school or at work or in your family. And it's not that hard to fix. Sometimes it just takes swallowing a little bit of thing called pride and saying, you know what, I made a mistake. And I'd like to make this right.